Hey everyone. All right, it's Abel. We're going to do a little quick recap of last week's IBL and the future IBLs that are going on right now. So we'll go to the classic diagram. So Buns won. We'll just go over. And Buns won over 82. We'll see here. I mean, not a bad fight. Stats were pretty good. And overall, it's looking. Yep, they pretty much killed on the top side right there. Like to see a lot of people over a million. Definitely some close right there, and that was super sweet. Definitely they did some work as well, so they're fighting it out. Um, yeah, super good fight. Props to 82. They did all right, but Buns did win. Art of War Pride. Art of War won. They got that all hammered down. Stats are what it is. They were definitely killing it. They got four, and then it kind of slowly died on that one. So there's definitely hitters, and then everyone coming down, and then it wasn't until here that kind of died off a little bit. But um, that was a good match. And then moving on, this one was a little Along with Gods. They do all right. And coming into the HMB had eight, pretty much 9, 10, 11. So over a million right there. And then Along with Gods only had two. So those heavy hitters, got to have them. They definitely are aggressive in the fighting. So it's going to make you speed ups, lose your troops, and going to make your people teleport a lot. 38 versus 56. This was a landslide. They're doing their thing. And then, oh, that's a troops loss. So over here, it just wasn't that tough of a fight. As you can see, they were struggling to get points, but that's not because of skill. That's just because if people are not there to fight, especially 21 against 30, I mean, that's just going to happen. So moving on. And then this was probably, let's see. Okay, so they did the same thing. And coming into it, we like to see they had their 30 and they had their 30 as well. So even match. And they just did not have. Glad to see King Orca back. Shout out. And then, so we had some people duking it out and some real fighters. Not bad at all. And then Vex, I believe Vex, they're going to take it. And Buns, they're going to take it and fight it out at the very end. We had First and Blue Academy, landslide. We personally had fun doing it. It was all good. Um, we had 20, and they had 27. So, and I mean, one guy over here with a million, and then we were just trying to do our thing over here. So that's what it is. So they definitely moved very well. Props to Blue Academy. They're very aggressive. They hug those towers like crazy. So props to them. It was very good. Cubs against IMPK. And this was a pretty good fight right here, I see. And took it. Leo hitting almost 2.5. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, a lot of strong hitters, people duking it out, people fighting, and then same over here with IMPK. They're pretty much tit for tat, and that reflects onto the score. Score seemed like a close one. maybe we'll do an overall review on that match. It looks like it's pretty much the closest. Good job on Cubs. They got a 100% win rate. And they haven't really faced too many big people. So that was probably like their biggest substantial fight. And it looks like they pulled away on that one. So props to that one. And you have 170 versus 209. I don't know if 209 showed up, but they got 17, and I'm sure they got 30. Oh, 29. So they struggle for points. Landslide. It is what it is. People don't show up. It's just what happens. And they were at 12. So that was the recap of last week. There was only one little match that might be worth watching, and with the Cubs in the IMPK, everything else was pretty straightforward. But moving forward to this week, we do have Art of War and Buns. This is going to be a pretty good match. I think this week is going to be a lot of good matches. We're going to see some techniques happen. We're going to see who shows up, and we're going to see how they actually combat with each other. I believe that Buns versus Art of War, I'm taking Buns. Server 38, it's looking, they got to get their people back. So I'm hoping that number switches with the number of participants. So that is definitely going to be a little extra. Let's see what they had last week. And they had 30 people. So hopefully they get their people back. And registration does end here at reset. So we're going to go through that. But I think 38 might pull out ahead on that one. But 56 is looking pretty good. And they do have a lot of people. And they have their 30 as well. So that's going to be a good one to actually go through and possibly watch. And so this one's going to be odd. And I don't know if Blue Academy is going to go against Vex. I don't know. I think Vex is just going to take it. I think this will be a free match. And then you have Cubs and you have SF. So that'll be a good knockout. We'll see who gets who out of that one. My money is going to be on Cubs. This is going to be the end of the road for 170, I believe. But there can be some upsets. So that will be a good match to watch. And definitely the Buns versus the Art of War. So that's going to be pretty sweet to watch. And then going in after that, we are going to go into the finals. And my predictions are still the same. It's going to be Buns versus Vex. And that's just how it's going to be. I believe, that's my personal opinion, but I believe that's kind of how things are going to work out. But with that, IBL is coming to a conclusion. So everyone's going to be watching till next season. We're going to have some matches on regular IBL, and we're going to see people's true, real power, because you can use your in-game power and not the limited power from the Immortals that we all know that the league does put a limit to. So it's more strategic instead of all the whales just kind of coming together and just taking all the towers. But definitely regular IBL is a good place to practice, get your lining up correctly, get your communication going, and how to actually combat against with strategy. And that's going to be this week. And we're going to wait until next week, and then we're actually going to dive down into some real good matches. And we're going to see how everyone works out and what's the finals are actually going to look like. So that's going to be pretty sweet, and super excited for that. And keep grinding, guys. Keep getting your castles, and let's all have fun. All right. Thank you.